Hey guys, Cyrus here from Talk Android Phones, and today we have two really great phones with us. One is the Huawei P20 Lite and the other is the Oppo F7. Now we have two big mid-range competitors where we want to take them head to head with the cameras. So this video is mainly comparing the two cameras of the Huawei P20 Lite and the Oppo F7. So just before we go into the cameras, just a brief spec review between both the devices. The Huawei P20 Lite is a 5.83-inch display phone. It comes with a notch, and of course inside you'll have an octa-core Kirin processor, and of course it has 64 GB internal storage with 4 GB RAM, and it's a 1080 IPS LCD display with a 19:9 aspect ratio. When it comes to the cameras, the device has a front 16 megapixel camera which is housed over here, and also a back dual 16 megapixel camera at the back, which of course has a 2 megapixel sensor as well for depth of view. When talking more about the cameras, aperture of the cameras is f2.2, and of course it comes with autofocus as well. Other specs include your fingerprint scanner at the back, a USB Type C at the bottom. Of course, they give you a 3.5mm jack as well. Speakers, your SIM tray is over here, mic, and of course your volume rocker and your power buttons. So basically the device itself is a great phone. Even the display is actually really great, and overall I've used this device for almost 3 weeks now, and it's actually a really good device. So that is one device. Now switching to the competitor. Now the Oppo F7 we have is in the silver color, and you can see that both these devices have the 2018 glass finish at the back, but sadly none of them have wireless charging. But you can see that it also has a fingerprint scanner at the back and a single 16 megapixel camera at the back. The main feature about this device is the front camera, which this device houses a 24 megapixel shooter right at the front. Now when you're talking about the display though, the display also is a 1080p display with 19:9 aspect ratio. The screen size though is quite bigger, and it's 6.2 as compared to the 5.8 of the P20 Lite. Now this one is also a 1080p display with of course Corning Gorilla Glass 5. Internal specs include a MediaTek Helio P60 processor, which is of course an octa-core and uses a Mali G72 GPU, as compared to the P20 where the Kirin 659 is housed, which is also octa-core processor, but it uses a Mali T830 GPU. Both GPUs are actually tested and do the benchmarks, and both of them perform really well for everyday use. Just looking at the other features, of course, so the difference in both devices is that the volume rocker is actually on the other side of the device, where in most cases you have your power button and your volume rocker in the same side, but in this case you have the power button and the SIM ejector SIM slot over here. Then of course you have the mic at the top, and this one includes a 3.5mm jack as well. The other difference though is that this comes with a USB 2 port, unlike the P20 Lite, which has a USB Type C and fast charging. This device internally has 64 GB RAM with 4 GB internal storage. It also comes with a 6 GB variant as well. When in terms of batteries, the Oppo F7 comes with 3400 mAh battery, and the P20 Lite comes with a 3000 mAh battery. But even though the battery is smaller in this one, I would still prefer it, considering this has fast charging. So even if you run out of juice, you can just quickly plug it in and you'll get back to a good amount of battery life. So that's about it when it comes to the main specs comparison between both the devices. Huawei P20 Lite comes with the EMUI interface, while Oppo uses their Color OS. Both of them run on Android 8.1, and they basically the performance is actually quite similar when it comes to usage. Now coming to the main part of this video, which is the camera shootout. Now we have taken a number of different types of pictures. Most of them include HDR on, some have the HDR off as well. There are night macro shots, there are nighttime shots, there are shots in low light outside, there are some indoor shots as well, and of course there are some scenic shots as well. Now, and of course, because we also want to, because of all you selfie lovers out there, we've also checked out the selfie cameras as well, considering Oppo normally makes phones for selfies, so that's why it has a massive 24 megapixel sensor for its front camera. So you can see the comparison yourselves, and you can basically judge that which ones do you prefer. Now, in most cases, the P20 Lite beats the Oppo F7 when it comes to the back camera, the macro shots, the indoor shots, and even because most of the pictures from the P20 Lite have more brightness, have more the exposure is actually correct. The coloring is on point as compared to the Oppo F7, where there is a tinge of yellow hue in most of the pictures. But the place where Oppo F7 really stars is the selfie cameras. Now the selfie, because of course of the higher range of the lens as well, you get more brighter and color accurate pictures, especially when you open the bokeh mode as well. But if you want to basically take shots mainly from the back camera, then P20 Lite is the clear winner between both of them. Now guys, you can of course decide on your own which you think is the better camera. That I'll leave it up to you. Okay guys, so hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, just click on the sub button and hit us on our comments below if you have any queries. Okay guys, until next time, bye bye, take care.